Hello and welcome back to Tuesdays with Tom. So our question for this week is, do you think it's okay to lie to residents that have dementia?
This comes up a lot. We get asked a lot. A lot of people have different feelings about it. I will tell you this, we cannot lie about medications. We cannot tell a resident, here's your vitamin, while you're actually giving them a Vicodin. So with that being said, it's up to you what your facility, what your policies are, but it's not helpful to talk to a resident and they're asking you about their spouse that, say, died 3 years ago or longer, and they want to know when they're coming to visit. It's hard, and if you keep telling them, oh, don't you remember that your wife died or your husband died, it just makes them more upset. I suggest if you don't want to lie to them, you can tell them, tell me his favorite story about sometime when you were traveling. If you do want to lie to them, you can just tell them, hey, your spouse is on a trip. I'm sure they'll be back soon. But I'd much rather just say, try and get them engaged in talking about their spouse with history or something when they had a good time with them, instead of getting into whether we're going to lie about it or not. So I had one of the larger buildings I was running, well over 100 residents, had about 80 staff. And I'll never forget, we had birthday night once a month. And rather than having it every couple nights, we just had one night of the month. It was called birthday night. And I'd go down to Costco and buy like 3 large sheet cakes. One of them would be decorated. The second one would put the residents that had birthdays that month on the cake, put their names on it. Then the third one would put on for staff. And then I'd have the dining room employees put balloons on the chairs of residents that were having a birthday that month. And I'll never forget, I was in there one time putting the names on, and I told the chef, I hate birthday night because I know as soon as dinner's over, there's one resident that's going to come in and start yelling at me because we forgot it was his birthday. So it wasn't going to be his birthday for several more months. The chef looked at me and goes, put his name on the cake. Why not? So we did. And I told the girls to go put a balloon on his chair. And it was so neat because after dinner, he comes in and gives me a big hug and he says, finally somebody remembered it was my birthday. So nice. And it was such a huge change. So we did that every month. We'd put his name on the birthday, and he'd come in every month after dinner and thank me because we remembered it was his birthday. So it's interesting because we celebrate birthdays, holidays, special occasions, usually once a year. So how much different is it if we celebrate more than once a year? Think about it. Hope you all had a good Easter.